Rey's sudden accumulation of power has been a mystery since The Force Awakens, and for some reason nothing was really explained any further in The Last Jedi either. But for some baffling reason they've decided to explain how she acquired her powers in The Last Jedi's novelization. It doesn't make sense to me why they have done this, resigning such an important piece of context to a book that the majority of the fanbase isn't going to read. But nonetheless, we finally have some context and some answers, so let's get straight into it. The long story short is when Kylo burrowed into her mind on Starkiller Base in The Force Awakens, his mind became open, and she latched onto him, creating a bond, a symbiotic relationship of sorts in which he got access to her mind and memories, and she got access to his power and training. But let's take a look at what the novelization has to say in a bit more detail. As Kylo rummaged through her mind, something changed on Starkiller Base. Kylo's mind became open. She could feel his rage like a ruinous storm, his hatred and lust to dominate those who he hated, but she also felt his fear of never proving himself to the ghost that haunted his dreams, Darth Vader, which is an interesting piece of information going forward, maybe into the next film. Just like in The Force Awakens when Rey reversed what Kylo was doing to her, it was at this moment that Kylo retreated from her mind. He basically fled from her out of fear. However, her mind didn't, and it stayed connected to his. This connection allowed Rey to instinctively, without purpose, access a variety of powers that he had at his disposal. She didn't realise it, but it was as if his training had become hers, and as if she had always known how to do it. Rey claims it was like unlocking doors and flinging them open. However, she feared at what she had let loose through into her, because she couldn't shut those doors behind her, leaving her scared and confused. So there we have it. That is the direct explanation for Rey's powers and why she is so adept at using them in such a short space of time. Her connection with Kylo became symbiotic, and she took his power and created her own through him. It confuses me as to why this couldn't be contextualised in the films. It's such a major plot that has caused so much controversy, and it was so easy just to explain that for moviegoers. Snoke gave the explanation of the light and dark and how when one rises the other does too, but from a lore perspective that really didn't make any sense, but it kinda does now. I don't mind the idea of a Force bond allowing shared power, it's new and interesting, but they really needed to delve further into it in the movies, because this one simple page in a book has completely answered two of the biggest questions in this entire sequel trilogy, and those questions were: how could she be so powerful without a lineage, and why is she so generally powerful? Anyway, what do you think of the big answer that's been revealed? Does it change anything for you and how you perceive Rey? I'd love to know your thoughts and to discuss it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and share, and perhaps consider hitting the subscribe button and joining the community. Also, if you feel like my content and I deserve it, perhaps take a quick look at my Patreon page for more ways to help support the channel further and get some cool rewards in the process. Lastly, please join my Discord if you haven't. I'd love to have you there so we can talk about Star Wars. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, may the Force be with you. Always.